Yo, what's up? What's up? Your boy Domuto. We're back with another video. Today, we're watching Beyond Dragon Ball Super, man. The original Merno versus the Multiverse. You know what I'm saying? Part, are we like 25, 26 or something? Whatever, one of them parts, right? So, it's getting better and better by each chapter to me, man. So, we gonna just get into it, man. Ain't no must, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna waste no time. Let's get into it.
Will only get you so far, and since I figured out that you worms are all stalling for time, why don't we make this a bit more interesting, Merno asks. At some point, those cowards are bound to reveal themselves, so let's see if this will be that moment. I'm sure you are smart enough to figure out what's about to happen here. In a matter of seconds, you can kiss the sacred world of the Kaioshin goodbye. Just try and stop me, Merno says. You'd be lucky to survive, so you better act fast or you'll be dead. With Vegeta responding, have you lost your mind? And for what? All of this so you can get your father and the Omni Kings to show up? How about you leave this planet out of this and continue to fight instead? No, not this again, Frieza shouts. He's not bluffing, Saiyans! What did I tell you, Beerus shouts? We have to get away from this place right now! Damn it! I know you can hear me in there, Goku! We can't take any risks, he's going to do it! With even Jiren shown standing back up despite having to be incredibly battle damaged and injured by responding, this is crazy. Even by mastering Ultra Instinct, I'm still not getting anywhere with him. I can't give up now, Jiren says. I have to continue to fight, even if I die. But if he's about to destroy this entire planet, then we have to leave before we are all caught within it. And now that he knows that we are stalling for time, he's done waiting around. He's getting reckless, Jiren says. Whis, do you sense that? He's about to do it. He's about to act on his action, with Whis responding, I can feel it too, Margarita. We cannot allow for this to happen. Quickly, Whis, and as soon as both Margarita and Whis are shown charging on in, Whis went on to shout, you have destroyed enough, Merno, with Mastered Ultra Instinct Vegito also shown dashing on in a collective desperate attempt in trying to stop Merno from doing what he was about to do, as Vegito went on to comment, we're jumping in too. We're done watching you destroy countless planets and killing countless life forms for sport. But Merno was not going to sit around in allowing for his siblings and Vegito to stop him, as Merno went on to power up and shouting, as if any of you will deny me of my destiny and stand in my way. As with the sheer intensity behind Merno's power up being so impactful that it was beginning to drive Whis, Margarita, and Vegito back, with Vegito responding, ah, damn it, everyone brace yourselves, he's driving us back with his energy. I am done waiting around, Merno shouts. One way or another, I will have what I came here for. Congratulations, slaves. You've managed to make it this far against me, but this is where your numbers will begin to drop off one by one before there are none of you left. As with everyone now, including Mastered Ultra Instinct Vegito, being driven back by the sheer force of Merno's energy, the overall situation now appears to be getting much worse than how it was before, with Vegito having to shout, aw, damn it, we can't stop him. He's about to wipe the entire planet out. Oh, what a mess. We've got no choice than to leave right now. Everyone on me, Vegito shouts. Use the portals to get out of here. As with Whis then quickly coming to Beerus' aid, Beerus went on to ask Whis, the Supreme Kai, if he dies, then I do too. If the connection is broken, then we'll both be destroyed. As Whis chimes in, Lord Beerus, we must go. The Kais will follow our energy, but we cannot stay here any longer. Any more time wasted and we won't make it. We have to leave right now. As with Vegito then shown creating a massive portal, he then went on to shout, we've got to hurry! The planet is about to explode, and with the amount of energy Merno is putting into his attack, we won't make it out of this if we stay. Let's go! We can't afford to waste any time! Which was exactly what everyone was then shown doing, as Frieza went on to respond, curse that ridiculous angel. I can't believe he's forcing me, the Emperor of the Universe, to flee like a coward.
Frieza, shut up, nigga, and go to the portal, nigga.
Now is not the time, Vado says. Quickly, move it. Hurry, Jiren, before it's too late, says Margarita. I'm right behind you, Jiren says. Let's move. As with Merno then shown unleashing a massive attack down onto the planet, he then went on to respond, the longer you drag this out, the more painful this will become for your precious deities and mortals. What could you possibly be stalling for, Grand Minister? Show yourself, you coward. Show yourself, or I will destroy this entire universe. Multiverse. And with Merno then shown doing exactly that, he then went on to continue, I will hunt them all down no matter how far they go, no matter which universe they decide to hide in. You're running on borrowed time, and sooner or later I will have your head. Let this serve as yet another example of your ultimate failure. We can't keep doing this, Whis, says Beerus. It's a never-ending cycle. We have no other choice than to fight, Lord Beerus. We need to hold off just a little longer. Now hurry! As with Whis and Beerus shown going through the portal, with Mastered Ultra Instinct Vegito being the last one left behind, with Vegito then shown making his way through the portal, he then went on to respond, I think that's everyone. We can't risk it. I'll need to use 100% of my full power against him, even if it breaks me. We can't allow for this to go on much longer. But then, with Vegito shown stepping on through and stopping, he then responds, wait a second, I sense an energy left behind.
Boo, why the fuck you taking so long, nigga?
Boo! Majin Buu, hurry! As with Majin Buu desperately being shown having to make his way towards the portal, Majin Buu then went on to shout, Buu not gonna make it! Close the portal and leave, Buu! Save yourselves! Go now! Close it! No, we can't just leave you behind, Vegito shouts. Hurry, you can still make it! We've lost too many, so we can't lose you as well. Now come on! Lord Beerus, no, says Whis. With Beerus shown turning around and shouting at Vegito by telling him, have the two of you lost your damn mind? Seal the portal now, Saiyan! He won't make it in time! You'll kill us all if that portal isn't closed! Do it now! To where as the portal was then shown closing, the last thing our heroes had seen was Majin Buu being eviscerated by Merno's blast.
Oh, not Boo. What the fuck you doing, nigga?
For Boo! And with the portal then shown finally closing, it was only right then and there during that moment where the entire Supreme Kai homeworld was then shown being destroyed, with our heroes shown barely having to make it through in just arriving in the nick of time. Luck had seemed to have most definitely been on our hero's side as Vados went on to chime in, we made it through! Quickly, Vegito, seal the portal before Merno goes through! That was a close one, Margarita says. What was he thinking? This is bad. Whis, that was a close one. We barely made it out of that one with our lives. Where is the Supreme Kai? Please tell me they were able to escape. The Kaioshin were able to escape in time, says Whis, but I'm afraid Merno didn't just annihilate their planets, but he's also destroyed that entire galaxy as well. As out of nowhere from behind Beerus, we then see how both Shin and the Elder Kai were able to make it on through, with Shin having to address Beerus by telling him, Lord Beerus, we are here. But we almost didn't make it.
I don't know why they connected. They needed that shit stupid.
But we've lost
I get
Majin
it.
Buu in the process, with Beerus responding, so he's gone too? Curse that monster. He's absolutely lost his mind by wanting to kill us all at once like that. He wiped out an entire galaxy just to simply prove a point, Vegito says. He's still alive and unfazed. I don't know what planet we are on, but we made sure to get as far away from him as possible. What's he up to, Vegito asks. Is he going to destroy every planet and every galaxy he finds us in? This is horrible. Something's got to be done about him. We can't continue to hold out like this for much longer. Either we find a weakness or he'll kill us all. His patience is gone, which means if the Grand Priest doesn't arrive soon, then it's all over. As all the while within the depths of space, Merno was in fact shown to be alive and well, as Merno went on to ask, mimicking my portal warping ability again, are you? It would seem as though you left one of your own behind, and now they are dead. Which one was that? Ah, but of course, that blob of a demon they call Majin Buu. Wasn't he joined together by another one of those worms who escaped? Right, he was. Well now, how could I let him die alone, Merno asks. That wouldn't be right, so it's best I have his comrade join him. Yes. You can run, but you fools didn't get very far, now did you? My ability to sense life forms far exceeds any of yours. Now then, just try and stop this one if you can. And as we only then go back to Master the Ultra Instinct Jiren and Frieza, who seems to be putting Jiren's power into question, Frieza then went on to ask, hey you, Trooper, how did you achieve this Ultra Instinct power that you are currently wielding? It seems to be the only thing keeping you idiots alive in battle, and I want to learn it. So teach it to me. How did you get it? With Jiren responding, I know your intentions, and you would certainly have ulterior motives if achieved. Just try and stay alive on your own, but it was only then during that moment where out of
Got that
seemingly
nigga
nowhere,
Frieza,
Merno
son.
had a
Get that
plan,
nigga out of here,
killing
though.
Frieza from behind by telling everyone, oh, but I think it's a little too late for that, wouldn't you say? But how did he find us so fast, Whis asks. Whis, he's taken another one, says Vados. No, Frieza! How did you get here so fast, Vegito asks. It couldn't have been any longer than 30 seconds after getting here. Not again. He's picking us apart one by one out here. As with a horrified Golden Frieza having to be shown looking on down towards his chest, in noticing Merno's arm sticking out through it, Frieza could not believe as to what had just happened, as Frieza went on to utter, how this can't be the end. Help me. As with Merno then shown removing his arm from Frieza's body, as Frieza dropped on down to his base form, he then went on to comment, I figured he'd share the grave with that pink demon he was fused inside of. I couldn't just let one die without the other joining him.
Damn.
I never liked you anyways, mortal. A pathetic buffoon like you never truly made a difference against me anyways. You were extremely lucky to have survived my clones when you did, but you've reached the end of the line, and the train that is
Talk to that nigga.
disgusting life stops here. Now get out of my face, Merno says. And with Merno then shown backhanding Frieza across the face and into the landscape, he then went on to continue. Anyways, where were we now? Let's see. Still no Grand Priest or Omni Kings around. How unfortunate. For you, at least. I just love the fresh scent of blood from a dying victim. And then there were 6, Merno says. Your numbers seem to be dropping.
That nigga dropping niggas right now. He ain't playing.
You are all doomed. But I'm having a difficult time trying to see which one of you I should gut next. Will it be the Pride Trooper? Or how about you, Fusion? Should I rip your merger apart and blow you to pieces? Or maybe I should annihilate you, Beerus, the same way I annihilated your disgusting little
you talking that
fat
shit.
brother. Oh, and don't you worry, my wonderful little siblings. I have very special plans for you. You won't be gutting anyone, Vegito says. Jiren, you ready? Whatever it takes, you hear me? Even if we die, we can't let him win. It's all or nothing. For our families, for our friends, for our universe. With Jiren responding, unless you're hiding more power than what you're letting off, we've got to hit this fool with everything we possibly can. I'm ready. Are you? As even Beerus is shown igniting the powers of Ultra Instinct by responding, how dare you talk about my brother in that way? Champa, I promise that we will have our day. Well, if this is going to be our last battle, then Angel, let's leave nothing on the table. As Whis went on to chime in, we must not let him have his way. Sworn attendees of the Multiverse, through the Grand Priest's order, hold nothing back against him. I can sense the Grand Priest's spirit, Vado says. I believe his time is almost here. With
shit.
Fallen Grand Angel Merno, you will not prevail. We stake our life on it. But now Merno was looking to turn it up even more so than how he was before, because as soon as Merno then went on to reveal more of his hidden power, he then went on to respond, loyal to a traitor until the end, huh? Is that so? Well then, far be it from me to oppose. You want to see a glimpse of my true power?
Well, I hope you're ready. Oh,
As to
shit.
the surprise of everyone, Jiren went on to see Merno's power by responding, what power? He was concealing this much strength? Just what kind of energy is that, Vegito asks? It feels like an endless void of fire and dense energy. This is just a glimpse, with Merno then shown revealing more of his power in responding, I'm tired of waiting and I am done playing these childish games of cat and mouse. What I'm about to do to you all will make you wish death had come a lot sooner for you. And if buying these worms time is what you're striving to achieve, then I promise you by the time they arrive, you will all be dead.
Damn.
Which even then, all the while when going back to the Omni King's palace, it was just about the right time for the Omni Kings to finally give the Grand Priest his final challenge, as one of the Omni Kings went on to comment, I wonder if he will pass. I think it's time. Should we call for him to come inside so we can begin? As the second Omni King responds, yes, I agree. I think it's time. We're ready, Grand Minister. You can come inside now so we can play. With the Grand Priest then finally finally shown walking on inside, he then went on to respond, "As requested, sires. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity." And with the Grand Priest then shown bowing, he then continues, "I am ready to finish our game so I could put on a great fight for you both." "What is my final test?" the Grand Priest asks, as one of the Omni Kings responds, "Your final test is right in front of you, silly. Can't you see it? Right in front of me, you say, but sires, there is nothing but an hourglass before me. I don't quite understand what this means, nor what the challenge is here. What is the meaning of this hourglass exactly? What does this object have anything to do with your final game?" As to the shocking revelation to everyone within the chamber, the Omni Kings then went on to respond, "It has everything to do with it because the hourglass is the final game." "Yeah," says the second Omni King, "we want to see how long you can wait before all of the sand hits the bottom." "Yeah, nobody has ever held out until all of the sand was at the bottom," the first Omni King says. "Yeah,
what you
nobody,
mean?
And we want to see if you're going to quit like the rest of them." "We don't think you will," says the first Omni King, "but it's sure going to be a while until it runs out." "Yeah," the second Omni King responds, "and from the looks of
they
it, there's
bullshitting.
only 3,241,000 years remaining." As the Grand Priest cannot believe what the Omni Kings had just said, as the Grand Priest went on to ask, "A test of patience? With all due respect, great Omni Kings, I don't think this is a very good idea, especially not for this. If possible, I would suggest a different game, only because, well, our friend Merno may not want to wait that long to have this battle with me for you." "Are you saying there is something wrong with the game we want to play?" asks one of the Omni Kings. "What are you trying to say about our game, Grand Minister?" asks the second Omni King. "You don't seem very pleased by what we just said. We hope we don't have a problem on our hands, because all we want is to see how long you can last before saying 'I quit,'" both of the Omni Kings shout, as the Grand Priest seems more worried now than ever before, as the Grand Priest went on to say to himself, "There is no possible way that the multiverse will hold out another day, let alone another 3 million years before it's destroyed. I must not pressure them nor anger them in any way, but I must find an alternative before it's too late. Merno will obliterate them unless I act quickly, but how can I get the Omni Kings to accept an alternative when they seem to be dead set on seeing this through? I can only think of one other idea that may work, but it'll be risky," the Grand Priest says. "If they notice what I do, I'm afraid they will be extremely angered, and that is the last thing we want to happen. This is what makes the great Omni Kings so dangerous. Their unpredictable anger is hidden behind their lovable childish behavior. In order for this to work, I have to make sure that neither of them are looking. I hate lying to the great kings, but it's the only choice I have if all life is to be preserved and kept safe from Merno's wrath." And with the Omni Kings seemingly very excited by being shown hovering with the hourglass in front of them, one of them went on to ask, "So, are you ready to play? You'd be the first person to ever complete the hourglass challenge if you make it until the end." "Yeah," says the second Omni King, "and if you do make it to the end, we can't wait to see this fight that you keep talking about." As the Grand Priest responds, "Yes, it will be quite fun
What the
indeed,
fuck?
sires. It will be a battle that you will surely never forget. So I am ready to begin when you are," the Grand Priest says. As all the while, when going back to our heroes, Mastered Ultra Instinct Vegito is then shown getting into fighting position by telling Merno, "Whatever it is that you're thinking about doing, you can forget it. As strong as you are, your power could never eclipse our will to fight and survive. We're ready to lay it all down," Vegito says. "So, what's it going to be?" Vegito asks. "Make your move. You idiots are digging yourselves into a hole far deeper than you could ever hope to climb out of," Merno says. "Your willpower to protect this universe will shatter soon enough. But before I tear your silly little fusion apart and finish you off for good," Merno says, "let's make sure that nobody gets in our way." And with Merno then shown quickly having to make his move in targeting his siblings, Vados went on to shout, "He's making his move! Whis, look out! You three have been a thorn in my side ever since you decided to aid these pathetic mortals in battle against me," Merno says. "So to ensure that you will not be getting in my way again, I'm going to send your broken bodies off on a painful journey while you suffer in the voids of space," Merno says. "And I'm going to start with you, Whis," which was exactly what Merno had done, because Merno was then shown connecting a thunderous shot to Whis' face that not only resulted in Whis being sent flying into outer space, but the sheer force of the impact behind the punch had seemingly damaged Whis, with Margarita shouting, "Whis, no!" Vados, did you hear that sound? Did he break Whis' jaw?
He fucked Whis up. Yeah, Whis.
Says, "Margarita, stay here and keep him grounded." Whis needs me, but before Vados could even act, Merno out of nowhere had gone to appear right in front of Vados and asking, and just where do you think you're going, Vados? As with Merno then shown once again doing the exact same thing he had done to Whis, only this time, Merno instead of connecting a punch had gone to connect a fearsome kick by telling his sister, you won't be saving anyone this time, but just like Whis, you will be joining him in the void, which again had ultimately gone the way Merno had planned. With Vados' body shown hurtling through space with Merno continuing, they'll be lucky to make it back in one piece, let alone survive with the damage that was just inflicted onto them both. Which by the end, Merno was right, because with both Whis and Vados shown crashing through multiple planets through the voids of space, neither angel had seemed to have any control over their bodies, as Whis went on to utter, my body, I cannot feel my body, I must fight. I have to try. My face feels as though it's been smashed into pieces, Whis says. There was something more behind that attack of his. Yes. A paralyzing technique, Whis says. He was not only able to neutralize a successful attack that paralyzed some of the nerves in my body, but he also made sure
he did all that.
Recover fast enough to come back into the fight. As even with Vados herself is seemingly being shown crashing through multiple planets with the Grand Priest observing, it would only now appear as though our heroes are barely even hanging on in this battle, as the Grand Priest went on to comment, Merno is tearing through them. He's on to them and knows they are prolonging his plans of reaching me. They cannot possibly keep this up if this goes on, and with Vados shown clinging onto her stomach and flying through space, Vados now appears as though she cannot control herself while in the voids of space, as Vados went on to comment, I've lost control of my ability to stabilize myself, and I couldn't reach Whis in time. Grand Minister, Vados says, Father, I'm sorry. I failed you. I cannot act on this alone, she says. As with blood shown dripping down from her mouth and tears beginning to fill her eyes, she then continues, Merno is just as strong as I remembered when he stood by you. I'm sorry that we couldn't buy the time that you needed. And with the Grand Priest shown overseeing this on his staff, the Grand Priest himself now is in a very dire position, as the Grand Priest comments they will die. This is now becoming a problem that is far beyond their control. I cannot do anything until given the approval by the Omni Kings. Our laws cannot be broken under any condition. The oath I have taken is my highest of honors, and I must stand by it. However, I cannot wait for the hourglass to run out before I can help. There must be something that I can do in the meantime that will not affect nor break the laws which we protect, says the Grand Priest. Since I cannot physically get involved until allowed, there has to be something that I can do from here to help them. The Omni Kings are too busy with the hourglass, the Grand Priest says. They can't see what I'm doing unless it's made obvious to them. Then this will be the only chance that I have to make a difference in this battle, he says, even if it buys them a bit more time until my arrival. I can only do so much from here, but it's better than just standing here and watching this all unfold. With the other gods of destruction along with their angels ordered to stay put to defend their own universe, the ones fighting Merno currently are the only ones preventing him from traveling into other universes. My power knows no limit, says the Grand Priest, and since I cannot act just yet, then they must be the ones to act for me until it is time. I cannot risk losing more angels in this war against him, says the Grand Priest. Worry not, my angels, I am here. Now freeze, the Grand Priest says. As with both Whis and Vados' bodies then shown stopping in space with a barrier having to surround them, it was during that moment where the Grand Priest went on to contact his angels by telling them, my fellow angels, I am without power until given the order to assist you in this battle against Merno. While I wait until the Omni King's game is finished, I will be here to guide you. You must listen to me. The great Omni Kings have requested for me to finish a game that is beyond patience. I have a plan to shorten the time that I have until my arrival, but it cannot be done without you. During this process, you both will be healed, but you must do whatever you can to hold Merno off for another 30 minutes. If I am able to pull this off, then I will be arriving shortly. Upon Merno's arrival, I also gather the Super Dragon Balls and lock them here within a sacred chamber to protect them. He knows what you're doing and he knows you're stalling, the Grand Priest says. Do not, under any circumstance, give away our location no matter what happens. All of the damage could be reversed, but not if we, along with the Super Dragon Balls, are destroyed. 30 minutes is what I need, then you will leave him to me. I leave the fate of the multiverse in the hands of both you and your warriors. If Merno is successful, then I'm afraid it will all be over, the Grand Priest says. Although
come on, Grand Priest,
as the
Priest.
grand angel among our race, he is not unbeatable, and if you are not able to destroy him together, then it will be me. He's been studying and learning from your battles. Do not let him get ahead of you. Fighting him alone will surely get you killed. So if you are to attack him, you must attack him together. You have all done a great job in keeping him level-headed, but I'm afraid his rage is beginning to take control. 30 minutes, that is what I ask of you. Do not give in to him, my angels. But even then, suspiciously enough, one of the Omni Kings went on to notice the Grand Priest and asking, "Hey, Grand Minister, what are you doing? Who are you talking to?" As the Grand Priest needed to act fast, in which he did, because as a means of a distraction, the Grand Priest then went on to comment, and yes, there we go, the multiverse's most delicious pieces of candy, just for you, sires. I was wondering where I could find them, and I asked just the right person in order to get them. While we wait, the Grand Priest says, I figured we'd have some treats in the meantime. "Oh wow, really?" says one of the Omni Kings. "That's for us? They look so good," says the second Omni
Boy, that's some
King.
fucking...
Where is it going? Come
some
now,
peppermints,
says the Grand Priest. Let's move away from that silly hourglass and come eat this way. Hurry now before it loses its taste. As all the while, when going back to our heroes, Mastered Ultra Instinct Vegito was then shown attacking Merno, with Merno having to block off his attacks by responding. "Without the angelic power my pathetic brother had infused within those Potaras, you'd be dead." "What's wrong?" asks Vegito, surprised to see that I can keep up. "Your mouth and the amount of garbage that is coming out of it is what surprises me more than anything, Saiyan. You don't compare to me, not even in the slightest." "Maybe," Vegito says, "but we aren't the only ones in this fight with you."
Oh
As
shit,
Vegito
talk your shit,
comes up
Vegito.
on Under, with Mastered Ultra Instinct Jiren then shown stepping through. In a collective effort to throw Merno off his game, Jiren went on to shout, "Gotcha!" To where in that moment, Jiren was in fact successful enough in landing a clean shot on Merno's face, but this did not affect Merno in the slightest, as he proceeded to grab onto Jiren's hand and removing it from his face by telling him, "Your coordinated efforts against me are disgustingly painful to bear through. Get your dirty hands off of me,
Get your
mortal."
fucking hands
And
off of me.
Merno was once again shown throwing Jiren in the distance, he then went on to shout, "You will wait your turn." And with Jiren's body then shown crashing through the landscape, Merno then went on to continue, "The two of you are more entertaining than I expected for you to be, which makes killing you that much more rewarding." However, Merno says, and as soon as he was then shown dashing directly towards Vegito, he then continues, "I think it's time for another one of your allies to lose their life. And I have just the one in mind." "That speed," Vegito says. "Oh yeah? Well, we ain't going down that easy. Let's do this." But as soon as Vegito attempted to strike Merno, his punch went directly through, with Vegito asking, "What the heck?" "Oh, I wasn't talking about you, Potara."
Oh shit.
It wasn't, because Merno's next target was in fact none other than
Lord,
Beerus. With
not Beerus.
Beerus directly in the chest and having to impale him, that's when Merno went on to tell him, "There you are, Beerus. I owe you for the many times you've escaped me." No, Beerus says. How was he able to move like that? "Damn, you won't win. You'll die in this war, you coward." "Oh, but I've already won, foolish destroyer. At least now you have the honor of joining your disgusting brother in the afterlife for a short time before that is destroyed as well. I can feel your heart in my hand," Merno says. "Your numbers are dropping, and they're dropping fast."
Damn.
Merno says, "It's as I said. If that coward minister does decide to reveal himself, then he will be greeted by a sea of your own blood." And down goes another.
All right, 2 more down, a few more to go, a lot more to go. I think we're over half though. We're over half. And shout out to UnrealEntGaming, bruh. You know what I'm saying? That nigga Merno. That nigga is scary, boy. I would not fuck with that nigga. But he took Beerus, Boo, Frieza. This nigga, he ain't playing no more, man. He ain't playing no more, bruh. Just come on, Grand Priest. I'm ready for this fight, man. So anyway, if you like my reaction, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.